How's it going, guys? My name is John Valdeo, and this is my Section 1 book presentation. The book I decided to go ahead and read was The Little Blue Truck by Alice Shirtle. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Alice Shirtle. Section 1 book was pretty interesting. The summary of this book, pretty much, the little blue truck is going through a farm, and he's having a good time. He's saying hi to all the animals. There was a horse, a cow, a pig, chicken, sheep, pretty much all the basic farm animals. He's driving through the town. Everyone's saying hi. He's being super friendly. As he's driving down the road, though, this big dump truck comes rumbling through, doesn't say hi to anyone, pretty much doesn't give him the time of day. And he says a comment in the book saying that he has a lot more important stuff to do or to handle. So as he's driving super quick, he makes a sharp turn and he gets stuck in a mud puddle. Because of this, he starts honking, he starts asking for help. None of the farm animals are wanting to help because of how rude he was earlier on in the story. But the little blue truck, being the good Samaritan he is, comes in, tries pushing him out of the puddle, but he ends up getting stuck as well. I can go ahead and show you that as well. So we go through the book, and as you can see, he's pushing him right here. There's a little blue truck, there's the dump truck, and he's stuck at this point. He can't get out, but as soon as he starts calling for help, the animals start rushing in to help the little blue truck get out. So as they're pushing him out, they manage to get both of them out of the puddle. So when pretty much the plot of the story, the summary is, you always want to be friendly to others because later on it can help you. There's always good to have a helping hand. The visuals of this story of the little blue truck were actually quite interesting. It looks like a lot of the pictures here were like shaded colors or faded colors. They weren't like exactly drawn with like fine lines. They were just faded lines, but they came out really good. The details on the animals as well were spot on. As you can see here with the cow, you can definitely see the udders, you can see its ears clearly, you can see the nostril, you can see the cowbell, you can see the tail, how long it is. And you can even see the muscles in the barrow. I am an ag guy, so you can tell, I can know some of these definitions. So it was really well detailed, and even with some other animals as well. As we continue, like the horse right here, you can see its mane as it goes down its spine. You can see the duck and its feathers quite clearly. The goat and its little goatee it has right there, really well done. And the details on the trucks as well were spot on. If you look very closely on the windshields, you can even see the windshield wipers on the truck, so that's really cool. You can even see how well the tires are detailed. You can even see the tread or the traction on the tires. So that was interesting. As we keep going throughout the book, you can still see the great detail it's put in. And when I go back to saying the shaded parts of the book, you can see the mud. It looks like it's just lines going, but it still gives good detail on like the truck being pushed out of the mud and the mud being sprayed up everywhere. And then on the genre of the book, you can definitely tell this is a fantasy fiction book or genre, simply because the trucks in this book are able to speak towards one another and even to the animals. Obviously, you can't give human characteristics to objects like that. And even the animals are able to communicate with one another to the truck as well. So you can't give animals human characteristics as well. There was one quote that stuck out to me in this book, and it was towards the second to last page. It's right here when the dump truck is talking to the little blue truck. The quote says, "Now I see a lot depends on a helping hand from a few good friends." That I really liked a lot because simply because I go with the same basis in life. I try to look out for others as best as I can so they can help me out later on in life. And at the end of the book, you can see here that the little blue truck and the dump truck are leaving, and all the animals decide to join along with them and help them out. You could definitely see the dump truck learned a valuable lesson of life at the end of this book. The strengths and weaknesses of this book were quite interesting. Definitely rhythmic patterns throughout the entire book. Just give you a few examples here. Little blue truck came down the road, beep said blue to a big green toad. Road, toad, two rhyming words there. Sheep said ba, cow said moo, oink said a piggy, beep said blue. You can see the rhythmic patterns again. And that goes on to my next thing about the strengths of this book. It portrays the different sounds that different animals make. So like in that last one, sheep said ba, a cow said moo, oink said the pig, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Later on, it says neigh said a horse, quack said a duck. So it definitely teaches, the different sounds of animals. So yeah, that was one of the other strengths I found. One of the weaknesses I found about this book was that there was some pages where there wasn't a lot of words. It was just pictures. I feel like there could have been more words to add on. Like this one, all you see is honk. That's pretty much all that, except this page did have a rhythmic pattern there. So it could have had a little bit more words on certain pages. Yeah, and then for the classroom setting, I personally feel like this book would be perfect in the first or second grade level. And if there was one activity that I could do that involves this book, I would allow the students to pick a certain animal that was portrayed in the book, and I would allow them to kind of make like a conversation with that animal and one of the trucks. It can be, let's say, a horse talking to the little blue truck, or it can be a sheep talking to the dump truck. Have them make a conversation involving situations from this book's story, so they could talk about how the trucks got stuck. They could talk about how they know the little blue truck, just stuff like that. Try to have them keep the story going if they possibly can. It just allows them to open up their imagination a little bit more, and it allows them to get creative and have some fun in the classroom as well. If you're not having fun in the classroom, then you're not having fun learning. So that was my presentation on the Little Blue Truck. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I would definitely recommend. It's a very interesting read. Thanks, guys.